I want to bring on the founder of Mighty Earth, Glenn Hurowtiz. I'm pronouncing your name correctly.
Yes. Yes. Well done.
Quick shout out to FAIR, Farm Animal Investment Risk and Return. They also do a lot of the work that you're talking about, trying to bring on investors and private companies, be they privately held or publicly traded, just like we do at VegTech Invest. All three of us are kind of working on shifting to get to that point, more investment that will get us to build the infrastructure that will get us to 10% of the need for protein consumption to be alternative protein. That comes from bringing down the price. That comes from having more capital inflowing into the system. How do you see that happening?
Well, I mean, one of our goals is to get investors to do more. Now, I think right now is a, let's say, mixed investment climate for alternative protein companies.
Bad markets out there.
But when I talk to leaders of those companies, I think it's incredibly frustrating because the ingredients are there for growth. I think, especially, if you look internationally, you see growing demand. And so investors are slow to do it. I find it paradoxical given the climate potential and the increasing premium put on delivering climate solutions from policymakers. There's always understandable caution about a relatively new sector. But for us, this is one of the reasons that we see it so important for mainstream companies that sell a lot of meat, Tesco, Walmart, others, to invest and set goals for selling alternative proteins. We've seen some companies like Lidl and Aldi already set some initial targets and also commit to price parity on their shelves so that they're selling alternative protein for the same cost as regular meat, so that they can hit goals for like 40%, 50% alternative protein by 2030. So there's some supermarket chains, especially those based in Europe, that are already doing that. I hope that if we can get more retailers, fast food companies to send the signal that they are setting goals, that they're going to invest in alternative protein, that will create it will send a signal to investors that this is a growing sector. I think that it seems inevitable to me that this is going to grow, both because of the pressure on food prices and the fact that you more and more can have plant-based alternative proteins that deliver that kind of texture and experience that people expect from meat. I was just in London with our UK team. We had dinner at this restaurant called Studio Gautier, which is entirely plant-based. They served beef bourguignon, and it was sinewy. You could see the flesh as it was tearing apart. I mean, I think for people who've maybe been vegan all their life, not appealing, but even though I ate meat 20 years ago, I liked it. And so I loved this flavor. I passed it around. We ate so much, but we ordered a second one. It was actually, I asked the chef, and it was made by an Israeli company called Redefined Meat. And it was just remarkable to me that you could have such a realistic product from plant-based meat. It was actually 3D printed. So it was a fascinating technological innovation. And when you look at, some of the existing products on hamburgers or sausages or hot dogs or even chicken, the experience exists. It's going to become more widespread. These companies need capital to scale, but they're going to get there. I do think that when I can't imagine any industry that's going to grow more than this one, frankly.
I want that to be heard loud and clear to all the investors out there. You can't imagine a sector that's going to grow any more than this one. And I would add to that, in a shorter amount of time.